Okay, now here we go. They kicked him upstairs, right? The NIH created a new department, a new branch, the National Center for Alternative and let's see, Complementary and Alternative Medicine, NCCAM, National Center for Complementary Alternative Medicine. And they put him in charge of it. And the reason for the formation of this branch was Senator Tom Harkin had done some homeopathy and some bee pollen and some kind of weird off-the-wall remedies, which he said really worked. He said the NIH, with their emphasis on drugs and pharmaceutical findings, are overlooking the pharmacopeia of nature. Mm-hmm. All the herbs and the home remedies and the ancient wives' tales of things that help, all this is being overlooked. Mm-hmm. You know, all the pharmaceutical companies, all they care about is some weird new drug. Mm-hmm. So Senator Tom Harkin managed to get funding from Congress to set up a new branch to investigate these herbal remedies that you're talking about.
And they put Steven Strauss in charge of that
exactly
branch after he...
They didn't like that approach. They wanted that new, they wanted it gone. They put Steven Strauss in charge of it to destroy it, to discredit it. They said, here's our top guy who will subject this to the proper scientific scrutiny. And from that point on, no matter what remedy was tried, they made it look ridiculous. And, well, it was inconclusive because nothing ever worked.
That's why everything on WebMD that has a 60,000-year history in Chinese medicine of actually working says inconclusive studies.
Exactly.
Inconclusive findings.
They put the same guy in charge of it to destroy it.
Oh my goodness.
They wasted so much money that after a while, the Congress is going, what are you doing? You're wasting, you're throwing around all this money on stupid studies. And Steven Strauss says, oh yes, well I agree, you know, but these scientific studies, they require a lot of money. And eventually everybody was calling for this branch to be defunded because it was a mockery of science. The NIH, they did it. They did it. They pulled it off again. They destroyed chronic fatigue syndrome. They used the same guy to wipe out your herbal remedies.
Okay. Now me and this guy got a problem with each other.
Have you been on Dr. Byron Hyde's webpage?
I have not, but I'll write the name
Byron Hyde's publications? Oh yeah, he talks about Strauss as being the master criminal.
Okay, so Strauss is the guy that the CDC sent in as the hatchet man, the destroyer. Like, you got to go shut this down. We don't want it investigated. We want the book closed. End of story. And because he did such a good job in shutting down the Lake Tahoe outbreak and making it not researchable, they rewarded him by letting him shut down whole other areas of medicine.
Exactly.
And that's on Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, you seen that nice painting of him? They did a beautiful portrait of him. He got awards. Oh man, it's really something.
Oh, you know, I noticed that when I go do like a WebMD search about like some kind of herbal that I know has a long history of being effective, and it'll give it a little credit, may help for nausea, may help for bloating, and then it'll list like the most absurd side effect that would have to be like an incorrect preparation for it to even happen. And then they'll be like, but it could make your left eye fall out and more studies are needed.
Or if something helped a small subset of people, they say, well, we need to apply this to a large study group. And of course, it doesn't help everybody. So they can discredit it because it didn't help everybody.
Because not everyone in the study was even a good fit for the product.